Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 revealed its first trailer all the way back during the Game Awards last year. No one expected a game like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 to ever see the light of day after 10 years of nothing. But then again, we got DMC5 like 10 years later, so anything could happen now with game sequels. When people first saw the trailer, they were all skeptical, myself included. Could this be the next Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? Well, thank God it's not like that at all, so I guess I should review this game after playing it since July and forgetting to put out this short review back then. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is still different from its last two games in some sort of way. Sure, it feels like it has its top-down, Diablo-like style with Marvel characters, but this one still feels like a fresh new take on the Ultimate Alliance series. One thing that you'll notice off the bat is the new graphics/art style. Personally, I like this change. It's more colorful and nice to look at rather than the old art style, which I say it isn't bad, but I just prefer this version of it better now than after actually playing it and getting more used to this new style for the game. There are still people who say that this looks like a mobile game, but I just don't see it at all. Sure, it has more of a comic book/cartoony look style, but that doesn't mean since it doesn't look real, it makes it a mobile game. I don't know as much, but I just don't really get that argument for the game whenever I hear about it. Okay, the gameplay in this game feels like the past two games in a way, but it still keeps its core stuff and adds new stuff that is a nice addition. No longer you have fusion moves like in Ultimate Alliance 2, but you now have synergies which take a larger part of your energy meter than regular abilities. Synergies are really helpful to do extra damage against enemies since there are way more enemies now in this game, some being hordes basically or just stronger enemies than regular types together. The Ultimate Alliance extreme attacks are just super attacks like how it was in Ultimate Alliance 1 where all the characters could perform a super attack all together. The gameplay in total is fun and enjoyable. The only problems I had were just really short camera problems at some levels sometimes. The roster is neat for what it is. Mostly everyone who has been in an Ultimate Alliance game has been added along with new characters and DLC that adds some veteran characters along with new ones also. One thing I like is the difficulty in this game. I honestly thought the game would just be really easy seen from the footage at first. Glad to say that it has a challenge to it. Also, you need to use the dodge button a lot. You can't just spam into the game later down the story and in higher difficulties like Superior and Ultimate. Infinity Rifts are a nice addition to this game to even add more replayability value after you beat the main story. These honestly really help level up your characters a lot to get them to a point where you could just get your characters at a very high level. Finally, the story in this game is fine for what it is. It's not anything I would say spectacular, but it has some nice environments, but all the environments you'll most likely know now because of the movies that came out. The special thing about the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games in the past is the environments you never really heard of at the time. Now with the MCU and television, it's just really common to everyone now, which is expected, but it still lost some of its spark. This game honestly is a nice, enjoyable game that you'll have fun with on the Switch with for a while. 8 out of 10. Buy it.